Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft, our final Modern Horizons 3 draft here on the channel before Bloomborough pre-release guide drops in just 3 days on Monday. That's right, the next set is already here. This is our final draft. As we get into it, this is the final draft. I will have more white noise and ambient noise than normal with a direct fan on my left as my air conditioning is still out for the final draft here. So bear with me, but we've got an easy pack one, pick one for our final pick here of Modern Horizons 3 with Crabomination. Card is insane. I've already trophied with it once. We're taking it again. I've actually really liked drafting black so far here. Black-red is the best deck that I've drafted for sure. There are black-white options. We could wheel this Sneaky Snacker and go black-blue today. Could be an option. If this doesn't wheel, I'm not going to do black-blue. There's also a couple of white cards that I would love to play in black-white, but Crabomination is a great pack one, pick one to start with here. Now where do we go from here? There's another Sneaky Snacker. Once again, keeping an eye on these. If these both wheel, we can really jump in. But I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Condor here. It goes well with this because it does have a merge from Artifact. Not that I want to be sacrificing the Condor, but I mean it does have modular as well. So if we get into some sort of black artifact based deck, the Condor is going to go really well with the Crabomination, and building around this kind of card is where I've had success in the format. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Condor here. And now there's a Breathe Your Last to stay mono black. There is an Obstinate Gargoyle to kind of go into black-white a little bit. And a couple of landscape lands, Battle Mage, Suppression Ray, Nesting Grounds. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take the Breathe Your Last. This isn't a card I've actually taken pretty highly. I'm not sure I've ever included it in one of my decks. In not saying I drafted it and left it in the sideboard, I just don't think I've ever actually drafted the card. But it's been fine against me. I mean, Murder with Upside, even in 2024, is still fine. So I will take that here, and now this pack is significantly less good, but I think I'll take a Contaminated Landscape. I think we've got black-blue or black-white, potentially most likely out of this first pack, because we got a couple Obstinate Gargoyles or Sneaky Snackers that could wheel here. I don't think I need to reach on a Fetid Gargantua. Roshin is unplayable. Strength of Interest could be interesting, but I'm just going to go ahead and stay open with the landscape here. All black cards are completely cut. Gotta love it. But we do have a Shattered Landscape, which if we go black-red, could be good. There's a Dog Umbra as well. It's between these two, but I think I'm going to, again, just stay open with the lands so I can decide what I'm doing a little bit later here. Fetid Gargantua, there's a Serum Visionary, Dog Umbra. I don't think I need these aggressive creatures. We're probably not going to be on the super aggressive side. Am I more likely to wheel the Sneaky Snackers or the Obstinate Gargoyles? I'm definitely more likely to wheel the Obstinate Gargoyles, which means white is probably more likely than blue. So I'll go ahead and take the Dog Umbra here. Dross Claw, fine in any black artifact-based deck. Works with the Condor. I think I'll take it over Nesting Grounds, wing it. Every time I've drafted the deck that Nesting Grounds will be perfect in, I don't see it. And every time I see like 3 Nesting Grounds in one pack, or in one rotation of a pack, is when I'm not doing Nesting Grounds things. So, take the Dross Claw here. See what I mean? Sink into Stupor could be a hedge toward the Sneaky Snackers that might wheel. Dog Umbra was a hedge toward the Obstinate Gargoyles that might wheel. Nesting Grounds, we could still be like black-green with Evolution Witness and things, but I think I'm going to take the Sink into Stupor here, and the Gargoyle wheeled, but the Snacker did not. So someone is thinking about getting into blue-black. So I think I take the Gargoyle, overtune the narrative here now. And then we've got a black-white land and Eviscerator's Insight. I think I'll take this. Nesting Grounds. There's a black-white land as well. So many Nesting Grounds. I think this is really good to have if blue-black or if green-black does end up being open. If we open like a Cursed Wombat in the second pack or something. Yeah, and we got a last pick Expanding Ooze. So, I mean, there's definitely potential for that here. I do now see a refurbished familiar potentially wheeling another obstinate gargoyle. There is a galvanic discharge in this pack. I don't think we're red-black today. We can still be black-based artifact, and I think refurbished familiar is great. And this has been one of the highest winning rate cards I've played with all formats. I love taking it here. Ooh, Ondu Not Master. Great reason to be black-white. Hate to pass Writhing Chrysalis, but it's what we're doing. So we're going to take the Ondu Not Master, hopefully wheel Eviscerator's Insight, maybe? But this is exactly where we want to be here. Essence Reliquary. What does that work with? Works with the familiar, works with the gargoyle, kind of, if it's a 1/1. Works with the Not Master to recast its adventure. It's not bad. Would I play that or Scurrilous Sentry or a white-red or white-blue land? I think Essence Reliquary has the highest upside for us, so let's take it here. Wither and Bloom, pretty easy. There's a territory color, which is nice. Mandibular Kite's probably a card I would play, but gotta take some interaction. So I will definitely take the Wither and Bloom, and I think we are now pretty much locking in black-white. And I'm not upset exactly with where we're at now that we get a pick 5 Ophiomancer. And if nobody is in black-white, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we're getting a land out of here. So, unfortunately, can't wheel this gargoyle, but we are taking Ophiomancer. That card makes it very difficult for your opponent to attack. They have to kill the Ophiomancer and then the Death Touch Snake, or trade with the snake. Nesting Grounds works with, like, Not Master, Condor. I mean, it's okay. Ooh, I love a Cursed Marauder, though. This card has been a huge overperformer in this format. And I definitely love having access to 1 or 2 of these in all of my black decks. Because you can also, with this trigger on the stack, sacrifice it to Eviscerator's Insight. And you don't have to sacrifice anything, assuming you don't have another non-token creature. You get all kinds of value that way. The Necro Bloom. Can we splash this? So whenever a land enters, make an 0/1. If you control 7 or more lands with different names, you make a 2/2, and lands have dredge too. Is that better than just a Unicorn or a Gravedigg here? I don't think it is. We'd have to go out of our way to try to splash that thing, and I just don't think I need to do that. Unicorn is not an artifact. This could get back a couple of our best creatures here with Gravedigg. I haven't really put Gravedigg in any of my decks so far this format, and I have played a fair amount of black, but maybe I'll give it a shot here. It depends on how many playables we end up with. Currently at 5 artifacts. Would like to up that count. Another Refurbished Familiar would be good. 1 copy of Transmogrant would be fine. I can up my artifact count with the Draw's Claw. I just don't think this card is super great. So I'm just going to take the Boggart Trawler. Sometimes this, like, hoses random blue-black decks and stuff. It could also just count as a land if you want it to. So I think taking it here is fine. It's probably one of the first cards to get cut out of the deck, but it's also pretty good with Essence Reliquary because you can pick up lands. We did wheel the Gargoyle, so let's take that. Play the Insight here. Don't need to get Pyretic Rebirth. I was going to say, if you play these things as lands, you can use Essence Reliquary to pick them up later and replay them as creatures. Got a random Scurrilous Sentry there. It just, I don't know why this is in the set. It doesn't really have a lot of synergy necessarily. And a Swamp to end it. Nope, Mountain. Alright. Sorin of House Markov is a pretty darn good one. 2 mana, lifelink. Extort. Beginning of your post-combat main, if you've gained 3 or more life, then you get to get a Planeswalker out of him. Maybe we wheel Monumental Henge or Mandibular Kite. But Sorin is a nice spot to be. Don't mind if I do. And lots of good options here as well. We've got a Distinguished Conjurer and a Warren Soul Trader. I'll take the Soul Trader. I think the Conjurer is pretty good. I think it also has a, not a decent, but a somewhat chance to wheel here. I don't know if I would play Zealot or Vampire in this deck, but Soul Trader's just been a nice 3-mana 3/3 with upside. I mean, they kind of have to remove this before they go to remove any other creature, otherwise you get a free treasure out of it. Well, pick 3 Writhing Chrysalis. It's about to be a pick 4 Writhing Chrysalis. We don't need Pearl Medallion. We are pretty darn close to mono black here, funnily enough. The Kami is not going to be great in our deck. Neither is Solstice Zealot, so I think I just have to take a black-white land. Are we splashing red? No, we're not. So I'll just take a dual land for our deck, I guess. And not be super thrilled with it. Now we see some interesting options. I don't need another Insight. I don't like Angel of the Ruins. Thraven Charm, maybe. Terramander, 6 artifacts. It does help our Refurbished Familiar. Gargoyle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 cards left in this pack, including the land. Probably. Yeah, there's a chance this Gargoyle does wheel. I'm going to take the Terramander here. Not the land for us. Not the rares. Rosecott Knight. 7 artifacts and the Dog Umbra here. Another Gravedigg. I don't think the Dream Drinker Vampire is great. What's our curve look like? It's not bad. I guess I'll take another Gravedigg. I don't know if I'll play it. We have access to all the Gargoyles, and ooh, this is cute. Nesting Grounds can actually move the Gargoyle Persist -1/-1 counters onto our opponent's creature. I don't think I'll play 2 Nesting Grounds, but that actually makes the Gargoyles pretty interesting here. Alright, how many can we play? Are we going to play 4 of these things? They are artifacts. We're probably wheeling another one, pick 9 or 10. Do we just take another dual land for our deck? Let's just take a dual land. I don't think I'm playing 5 Gargoyles here. Dreadmobile, actually not bad. I think we can play that. Again, better than Angel of the Ruin. Got Mandibular Kite as well as Rosecott Knight. Let's take that here. Vampire, but I'm probably not playing it. Okay, I think the next pack is the one with Gargoyle maybe here. Ooh, we got it back. Let's go. Alright. So we did get 4 Gargoyles. Had access to 5 if we wanted. Alright, I kind of like this deck. Let's see how it ends up after deck building here. Alright, here's where I ended up for our last draft, and I'm excited about it. I think we've got a ton of synergy here. This Essence Reliquary, we can pick up a Curse Marauder with it on the stack and like mow down their whole non-token board. We've got Sorin, 4 Gargoyles worked with Reliquary. The Nesting Grounds is going to work with Gargoyles Persist. We can sacrifice them to the Soul Trader and then get rid of their counters. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. Familiar Not Master, Crabomination for a bomb, Insights to sacrifice a couple of cheaper things, including the Gargoyles themselves, Gravedigg to get some things back, couple removal spells here, Dog Umbra, Breathe Your Last, Wither and Bloom, Dreadmobile. We have 10 artifacts here to go with Arcbound Condor and the Rosecott Knight triggers, playing 17 lands. I love this one. I have high expectations. Hopefully that means I don't get too salty if it doesn't go my direction. But I think we'll be fine. I'm going to do my best to have a good bit of fun with this one. So, with that being said, I will see you in game number 1. We start on the draw here, and yeah, seems fine. We've got all of my landscapes, which I only included 3, can get both black or white. We're not splashing necessarily. They have Flare of Malice. I just saw it trigger for them. So we're going to have to keep that in mind here. See, they're getting priority with nothing, so Flare of Malice. Need to remember that. Can only block creatures with flying. Okay. The Marauder isn't great here, just trades with Transmogrant. I think I need to go ahead and get my white source. And wait for them to use that Flare of Malice on the Transmogrant to cast it for free. Right now, they don't have great targets. I guess Rosecott Knight is probably going to eat that Flare at some point. Okay. They're curving out quick here. Resolves, get rid of... the Rosecott Knight, maybe? The Marauder isn't great here. At least this draws me a card more than likely if it enters, even if it dies to their Flare, so... let's get rid of Marauder, I suppose, and then get this for a white. Ophiomancer. So if I play Ophiomancer, they're going to Flare of Malice. It will die before it gets back to their turn. I won't get a snake out of the deal, so I don't really want to do that. So let's Nesting Grounds and Gargoyle here. No attacks planned to block the familiar. We're not really close to adapting the Terramander necessarily. Funnily enough, this Obstinate Gargoyle Nesting Grounds combo, like, I can go crazy with that. Next turn I can try to kill their vampire here. I can sacrifice the Gargoyle and then use Nesting Ground trigger. Okay, so yeah, that makes sense they did this now. Although, they should have attacked if they were going to do that. But I see why they didn't. Still, Ophiomancer will die. No, it won't, because Flare of Malice is the greatest power. So I could sacrifice the Gargoyle here. So let's do this. Go to combat, no attacks, and the turn. This doesn't have menace. Let's see if they flare. I think it's greatest power. Is it greatest mana value? Greatest mana value. That's okay. I can still sack the Gargoyle. And we did get the flare out of their hand. Shocked themselves with Boggart Bog. Let's go get a black. And now do I want to use Eviscerator's Insight plus Nesting Grounds combo here, or just play the Rosecott Knight? I think I'm just going to play the Rosecott Knight. Actually, what I can do is I can Nesting Grounds, do the combo, and then emerge it with Crabomination. It costs 3 less, so it would cost 4 mana, which is exactly how much I have left. Oh no! Forgot. Let's see. So 3 minus the 5, so it'd be 2, 4 mana. I don't exactly have that much mana. Darn. Okay. Very close, though. I think I'm just going to be mana efficient, play the Rosecott Knight here. More Gargoyles. Or a Dreadmobile. Oh, Dreadmobile is like a sacker. We can just like start mowing down their board with Dreadmobile here. With the nesting grounds, moving all the persists over and over. I think we've got this long game going. Drawing a land would be great. I don't want to sacrifice this. But I don't want to sacrifice Ophiomancer or Rosecut Knight either. Oh, man. Okay, I think I gotta do this. I need this gargoyle down here. And then I guess they can keep adapting it, but like they're going to keep using their mana to adapt it. It's not the end of the world, I guess. I mean, if they don't have anything else to do, I guess it's not horrible. I guess they adapt it again. Okay, so I guess I should put it over here. Unless they're tapped out. Kappa Cannoneer. Don't like that. It's got Ward 4. And it can't be blocked most of the time. Okay, so how do I beat that? With one more mana and a Dog Umbra, I guess. Curse Marauder, Serum Visionary. Curse Marauder gets rid of the Transmogrant, which they can get right back here. Let's do Serum Visionary then. I don't need two more, I just drew one. Let's do this, and can't target that just yet. Ondu Knotmaster can put counters here. And it keeps it as a flyer. It'll just be a 3/3 flyer. Forgot it had Summoning Sickness because I sacrificed it, but okay, got their own Serum Visionary. No artifact entered yet. Gonna have to Dog Umbra that thing. And I do have the mana to do so. Double top, I hate to see that. No artifact. Okay, not bad. I mean, I don't have to do this now, but I think it's kind of important to do so. When they're tapped out and don't have mana, or don't have cards in hand. See what their first top was. A Refurbished Familiar. I guess I'm discarding Eviscerator's Insight. And then I could sacrifice the snake here as well. Or just play the Knot Master. Let's play Knot Master. I guess something I could have been doing is sacrificing the snake every turn, but let's actually extort instead of the whole sacrifice thing. There's so many ways I could probably get back from this here. Alright, there's their second top, a Dross Claw. They thought that the Cannoneer was going to be able to attack twice here, but it will not be able to. Gonna move that, I assume, and then... Yeah, okay. Trying to race us, maybe? Okay, so let's sacrifice the snake. I don't think I'm going to extort this time. We got the kite, we got the nesting grounds. Let's play the kite here. Don't extort. End the turn, get a snake on their turn. Sacrifice the snake to nesting grounds, crack the shattered landscape. Got your own Dreadmobile, that's fine. Thank goodness we had Dog Umbro. We were going to lose to that thing real quick. Breathe your last. Not too bad. Alright, let's kill their flyer, I think. Although they're going to sacrifice it here. And we don't gain any life, but I think that's okay. We can also extort here. Pay one. We might have lethal. Okay, no, I guess they'll let us gain the life. Play the planes. Sack our thing. Nesting grounds from here to here. Hit him for 5? 1, 2, wait, let's see. That can't block. This could block, and they could crew it. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, so we don't have attacks here. There was probably a way I had lethal in that turn. In fact, if I had just crewed this with one of them, then I would have 4. Yeah, I would have won if I had crewed that, but I think we're okay here. Cross his fingers. I think we'll be fine. Although this could have had lifelink, actually. Oh, this does have lifelink. So no, we didn't have lethal. I forgot. I thought that only gained lifelink if they adapted. Okay, they got something in their hand. Maybe they're calculating what they need to do with these vampires here. Alright. We did have it. There was many ways we could have got that victory. I probably didn't find the smoothest one, but we found one of them. Alright, we're up first with a fine enough hand. Terramander on 1. I don't think we're going to need to do Marauder on 2, so we can go get our white, and then Refurbish Familiar on 3 here. There's a Crabomination. I have to get white. I can't get a second black here. I think that's a little bit irresponsible. Although I should have waited just to bluff Wither and Bloom or something like that. Yikes. Okay, well thank goodness we have a Curse Marauder, because that thing is going to need to die. And I think I have to do it now, so they don't play another one, because that thing on turn 2 is pretty darn good. So let's do this. Play a little bit off curve. And now another swamp isn't a horrible draw. Still can't do both of these. Alright, that could get lifelink. That's okay, like I said, not a horrible draw. Let's start here. We do have the Nesting Grounds combo again. Next turn, Familiar costs 2, and we can still hold up Insight to sacrifice this, potentially. Alright. It now has lifelink. That also has lifelink, because it's going to have a shield counter. Oh, it gives it on that. Ugh. That's a little ugly. Well, maybe we get the Psychic Frog here. But let's do Crabomination. Wait. Sacrifice that. Again, trying to do math. It'll cost 4 mana, so I can't unfortunately do this and that. So we'll add here Emerge from Artifact. What do we get? We did not get Psychic Frog. We got the land. Perfect. Alright, guess we're getting Demon Inferior. And let's do that. At least we got something. My Crabomination hits have not been great as many times as I've played this card. I had a trophy deck that had 2 of them. I don't think I've hit something super good many times. Oof. Well, I think I've got to get rid of the Insight here. And we get to kill their Familiar for free with the Obstinate Gargoyle Nesting Grounds combo. Let's go. This is quite the combo. And a combo I didn't even realize existed. That's what's great about Magic. It's the last draft of the format, and we are still finding cool things to do that I didn't even know you could do. Alright, so they shuffled away... Okay, they shuffled away their Outlast creature thing there. That's a good card. Why are they getting priority? Do they have Flare of Malice? Or one of the flares here? I get... No, it's just... It's this. Sack another creature, get a blood token. Okay. Well, that effectively held us back. Probably need to adapt it now so I can't just do the combo of persisting and killing it. Okay, let's adapt here. Becomes a 5/5 flyer. And then I guess we can move a counter from here to here. Be able to have this attack. Ooh, something in hand. What do you got? Wither and Bloom? Nope, just trying to get blood. Okay. Sure, that does have lifelink, but it won't have menace on your turn. And do they want to use the blood, or do they like what they have in their hand? Nope, they like what they have in their hand, so at least one of them. Draw 3 cards. Alright. Sack another creature, create a blood. So that is a chump blocker for Crabomination here. If we draw a land in 3 cards, we could kill that, which we did do. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sack this. Persist it back, nesting grounds, kill their spawn token, attack with Crabomination. That just means they can't chump the Crabomination now. Super effectively. I mean, they can, but they have to get rid of, like, an actual creature to do it. Okay, go to 4. This thing does have a lifelink, so they're kind of at like 7 and able to chump that. They're kind of at like 10 and able to trade with that. Okay, so we can do both of these things here. So let's start with this one. Get the kite, I guess. And, there's probably good ways to get around this. I can move counters here next turn and get more flying attackers to get past Shogengar so I don't let them gain life. That's a possibility. These moments are the moments where I think recording myself is like kind of to my own detriment, as sometimes when I watch moments like this back from myself, I'm like, why didn't you just do this and this and this and that? You're lethal, blah, 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 blah. I see things that I never saw in moments like this, but usually when I'm trying to explain it, I take pretty conservative lines that kind of hurt me a little bit. So what do they have to do? Sack 6 blood, return each creature from your graveyard to the battlefield with finality counter. So they need 6 blood to do that. I guess they can get up to 5 blood, play a creature. Oh, I see what they're doing. They're going to play a creature, and they're going to get so much creatures back. Get my kite, psychic frog. Wow, okay. Well, that was pretty nice. I have never seen Shogengar do this, but it is going to work. Refurbish familiar, get this, get the other one, draw a card. Alright, alright. Can I still get past them, though? With potentially a few flyers here. I mean, Psychic Frog is going to have flying if they want it to. Well, maybe not. Depends on how many creatures return. Okay, I can still get flying. Goodness. Oh, that's got flying, that's got flying. Okay, so this game is brand new here. That was busted. They're at 4. What can I do about that? I can start picking away at their X1s with nesting grounds, but this is kind of not great here. I've never seen Shogengar do that, but here we are. Oh, and everything has lifelink now. Oh my goodness. Alright, they did the thing. That is for sure. They absolutely did the thing. It's got a stinking shield counter. They go up to 10. Alright, I don't think I can win this anymore. Sure, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, either this game's going to take another half an hour and someone gets decked, or every single one of these things has lifelink. Oh gosh. Well, you know what? I will give it to them. That was a very nice thing to do that I have not seen done yet in this format. We're doing cool combo things over here, but their combo was notably better than ours. Oh, I see. All right. Well, we are unfortunately done here. 9, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. GG, you did it, opponent. Hand is relatively slow here, but I think keepable. I mean, we can play Gargoyle on 3. We've got a few 2-drops we can draw as well. I mean, we've got the combo. I think I'll get black because of Crabomination and Condor and things like that. Solstice Zealot, sure. Oh, Theomancer. I would like that to resolve. So let's play that here. Sure. An interesting combo is Soul Trader plus the Death Toucher, because we can sacrifice that every turn, and then Ophiomancer is going to keep remaking them, and we continue to make treasures. That's actually quite good. Let's actually get that going. I didn't realize that was a combo you could do either. We have to pay some life every turn to do that, but I mean, we can get enough treasures to just start dumping our hand here if they don't have interaction. They have to hope they have interaction here. And I don't even know what you kill. Tap down the snake, I guess? Okay, okay, start hitting us. Sure. Alright, we have to take 6 here. Really hoped I would have hit a land, and we did. Okay, we got 5. Can't cast Crabomination. I can cast Marauder and Gargoyle, I guess? Actually, I could cast Crabomination if I get rid of my snake here, which I think I will. Although Marauder's also pretty good. Marauder, Gargoyle, so 1, 2, 3. That only lets this cost 2. Oh, I can sacrifice the Gargoyle as well, and it still comes back. Okay, not bad. Ooh, wait, let's do this. Gargoyle, Marauder, sack the Gargoyle. They get rid of that. This persists back. Get rid of the Gargoyle and play Familiar? Sure, I guess. Alright, I don't think we're blocking with either of these. I do think we're blocking with the snake, if they'll let us. This thing has trample, we have to watch out. At least a little bit. That could also have trample. Okay, take 5. Go to 6. Gotta watch my life total now. I think I'm gonna emerge from artifact. That makes this cost 3 mana, 1, 2, 3. I still have 3 left over. But I can't do anything with that extra 3 mana. I guess I could do Nesting Grounds, but Nesting Grounds doesn't have any permanents to move, so there's no real need to emerge from artifact here. So let's just hard cast it. Dog Umbra, yeah, that removes this thing. Go to combat. They have enchantment removal, and they can't adapt and have enchant removal. I guess they could. But now I just win next turn too. So territory color, sure. And there we go. Alright, we've got some seriously sweet combos in this deck. Gotta love it. Let us go first with Sorin on 2. Removal in Dog Umbra, Refurbished Familiar on 4 currently. We draw an artifact, we could potentially get this down on 3. Could also sack it to play an early Crabomination if we find a second swamp. We got options. Aww. How do we do this now? Play Terramander, next turn we play Familiar? No, I think it's still got to be Sorin. Next turn we can Terramander and Extort. Interesting. So Terramander, Extort once, and play Mandibular Kite here. Familiar costs 2. Would love another swamp here. Glimpse the impossible. Oh no. That might actually not be bad for them. They might have just wanted the O1s. Sure, I guess. So they can create Eldrazi. Whenever one of these dies, you put a counter on it, and then if it gets 8 counters, it's like an 8/8 Annihilator. Okay. I can Dog Umbra that if it gets to be a problem, but they might just be dropping some big 7-drop next turn, which could be a problem as well. Alright, let's see if they play land 7-drop or Writhing Chrysalis. There it is, Writhing Chrysalis. Suppose I'm going to have to Dog Umbra that now, although this thing is about to become an 8/8 pretty quickly. Can I kill them before that matters? There we go. So, I think we just... do this, and then not master onto some flyers here. Or, I mean, throw a line onto some flyers. And try to race them. Six damage in the air, they go to 6. Their idol is potentially gonna be up to 5 here. No more chrysalis, please. That's another chrysalis, please. Now they're 1 away. Yeah, it's hard to beat double chrysalis. I mean, the card's just too good. We have Carbomination, but we have to sacrifice Familiar to play it. Can't even attack anymore. Feels pretty bad. Guess I can persist this next turn. This thing has Annihilator. Or not persist that, but emerge from artifact that. So many lands in their yard, we're more than likely going to hit a land out of there. Yeah, you play double Writhing Chrysalis, I'm just not going to win. If you have another one, then you have an 8/8 with haste. Right? Yeah, an 8/8 with Annihilator 2. Oh no, bounce something. Oh no, and exile artifact or enchantment. Come on. Oh my goodness. Everything is going wrong. Everything is going so horribly wrong. This is this is the boogeyman of the format. This kind of curve out here. One, two, three, four. I guess I extort as well. They are at 6, but we're about to have to sacrifice a lot of our stuff. Ooh. Okay. Alright, this is a turn. This is certainly a turn. A turn I can't say I expected. Essence Reliquary. What can that do? That can get us much more extort triggers here. Obstinate Gargoyle doesn't do much more for us. Let's get this. That could be interesting. No attackers. These don't have trample. I'm worried about this here. Trigger, 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 trigger. Alright, so are we winning through extort triggers and Essence Reliquary here? Play this, extort. How many do we have? 5 lands? Yeah, so if we draw an untapped land, we play this, extort, return kite, play kite, extort. Gravedigg, that doesn't do much here. So I could actually return familiar. 1, 2, 3. I have 3 1, 2, 3 additional. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Play Essence Reliquary. Extort for planes. Return familiar and draw a card here. Can't extort now. honestly, lands are not bad draws. I feel like we could drain them out pretty quickly. Okay. How did we battle through this? Oh, I see. Okay, so they're gonna Annihilator us here. So... oh my gosh. They've got such a good deck. Can we still find a way? That's the question. As long as they can't get rid of Sorin, I like our chances. We still have to probably chump quite a few cards here. We're probably 2 turns away from extorting through Sorin here. Their draw is insane, but I guess so is ours. Okay, that's got Annihilator. What am I sacrificing? Gargoyle. I have to get rid of 3 things. Doesn't have trample, so I could just do this. I'm probably going to have to breathe your last on that next turn. I don't gain any life. I just don't think we've got enough here. They've got too much going on. I mean, I can chump for days, but not really for days, actually. I mean, I can jump a couple of times. Cast Gravedigg, this costs 3 mana to drain them. Essence Reliquary Bouncing, this costs 2 mana to drain them. So currently I can put them to 2 next turn. I kind of need to dodge basically 1 turn of draws. If they drew a land this turn, maybe I can survive. What does all this stuff do? Make a spawn. It has Evolve. I take damage. Okay. Just trying to preserve my life and keep Sorin around. If Sorin dies, I think we also die. Okay, Plains. I don't think I'm going to entwine this. So let's do return a creature. Just that. Let's get Gargoyle back. Pay. Bounce. 1, 2, 3. Familiar? Oh no, they've got interaction. What did you draw? Galvanic Discharge. Foul Strike, close enough. Darn, darn, darn. Okay. Can't extort now. They drew interaction. Still at 25. I said if they drew a land, they'd be at 2 right now, and next turn we'd be able to do the same thing and kill them. So They did not draw land. They drew Foul Strike. See if they draw land this time. I don't think I can ping them down from 3 next turn. I just don't think I have the mana to do that. Okay, they drew a land. I have to chump a couple times again. Oh, they chose not to attack. Let's go. All right. So let's sacrifice Gargoyle. Pay the Persist. Or pay the Extort. Return the Kite here. Play the Kite, Persist. And then next turn, we've got it. Or, why do I keep saying Persist? Extort. Assuming Sorin can survive. Alright, dodge a removal spell one time. No removal. Yeah, that's what they gotta do. So we do this, we do this, we do this here. There we go. Alright, we dodged it. Man, that was a close one. That was a tough game to beat. They had an insane draw with Temur Eldrazi, the best deck in the format. But we powered through it. No thanks in part to Essence Reliquary. Alright, we are up first here with Sorin on turn 2. Which means we keep it. And we're going to need a little bit of help for the hand, obviously. If Sorin survives to turn 3 and they try to remove it on turn 4, we at least have Eviscerator's Insight to, like, sacrifice it and get value. Sneaky Snacker, sure. Essence Reliquary. Yeah, I guess we play that right now. I mean, we can't get the Extort trigger off of it, but having it on the battlefield probably has some upside. Kami, that's got Death Touch. Yeah, I think I just have to do this. And end the turn. Plenty of removal they could have. Let's see what they choose to remove. It is the Condor. I don't have any artifact creatures to put its counters on, so I won't. Yeah, the Kami is pretty annoying here. So I guess I get rid of it. And if I extort, I can actually flip Sorin here. So, plus to create a food, if I extort, yeah. Deals damage equal, so I can kill the Sneaky Snacker as well. Yeah, so let's do that. And then do this, flip it, and then just go ahead and kill this. We could actually return this once we've gotten all the value out of it if we think it's about to die and we can't protect it, we can return it and replay it as Sorin, which is as the front side, which is pretty interesting. Let's create a food. Can't do anything else. Play a swamp. I guess I could sack the food. Yeah, let's sack the food. Draw some cards here, see what we can do. Oh, it's still got extort. Nice. Yeah, why don't we pay? Hopefully we don't draw a 4-drop. Okay. Okay, not too bad. That's a 7/7. Okay. So I can't do much about that. I might actually Essence Reliquary my own Sorin here now. Something I could do is actually make the food, crack the food. No, I can't make the food, because then I was going to also have it deal damage, but it needs to have gained life to deal damage. So let's just make the food. Bring Sorin back here. Play it. And then landscape. How could I do? Actually, no. I could, I could continue to do this here. So, I crack the food. I gain 3 life. Post combat, I can extort as well, and then also Wither and Bloom, and then down goes Lurker here. Okay, yeah. So 1, 2. Sack the food. Go to combat. Flip him. Wither and Bloom this and extort. And then we kill the Lurker. What a combo. Man, this deck is so sweet. Wow. And they can't even pressure Sorin again. And we could do the whole thing again next turn. That's a thing we could actually do every single turn. Just like deal 4 to something every single turn. With the food combo. Wow. Ooh, that's not great. Now we can't do that. Twisted Riddle Keeper. Yeah, that's good. Oh, they broke the combo because they kept this stupid thing tapped down. Oh my goodness. Well, now we have nothing. Nothing but lands. Can I interest you in yet another one? Do not have a lot of lands left, I can tell you that. Should I sacrifice the Reliquary? I mean, I'm not doing literally anything else at this point, so probably. I would like to entwine this. I can get back Sorin. Darn. I could get back Sorin, but now I don't have the Reliquary. What else do they have here? Serum Visionary, fine. Gotta see if there's a way I can use Sorin to flip it and kill the Riddle Keeper here. My dog is struggling without the AC here this week, unfortunately. We're doing the best we can for him. We got fans everywhere. See if they can kill him now. Got rid of a land. Okay, does he go down? They have some sort of instant speed thing they can do, potentially. Although it could just be sacrificing the spawn here. That's likely their top deck. Otherwise, they would have done that at the end of my turn, I think. Guess there are worse draws in a couple turns. Oh, I see, I see. Alright, well, they're doing the thing. Can't get rid of the Riddle Keeper, unfortunately. That, my friends, is a card. Don't get anything out of their or out of their hand, but I mean, we're still gonna cast it. Let's see what we get out of the graveyard here. It's a lot of good things. Kami or draw 3. Let's draw 3. Marauder sacrifices itself. They just deal with one of these two. Refurbished Familiar draws us an additional card. We can do the whole Marauder Eviscerator's Insight thing next turn, so why don't we do this, draw a card. I mean, I could even chump this Riddle Keeper here, just to try to have my life. Oh, I could even still Marauder. I don't think I want to do that, though. So let's pass the turn. We got a lot of resources here. Let's see if we can dodge a draw step or two. And then we've got all the lands as well. Only 12 cards left in our entire deck. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there's 2 lands in our last 12 cards here. Gargoyle's pretty good too, because we could Gargoyle, Insight the Gargoyles, kill the Harvester, and then Marauder could kill the Visionary. Okay. That kills Refurbished Familiar. We have to figure out a way to get that off the battlefield and quick. That's a free way to do it, but it does cost us a life. Let's do this. followed by this here. Sack this. Comes back. Move the counter. And Marauder would kill that. I have to basically try. I'm 2 turns away from being able to kill that with the gargoyle pings. Marauder again just kills that. I guess Wither and Bloom on this lets me chump that, and the next turn I can do the same thing. It's not horrible. And actually, On Do Not Master makes this a 5/5 flyer here. So let's go here and here. Put 2 counters on that, I guess. And if they draw removal... So let's end the turn. I don't think I'm going to Marauder their 2/2 yet. If they draw removal, they probably have to kill this thing. Looking in their graveyard, what did they draw? Gravedigg, maybe? Okay, not bad. Ooh, that's pretty good. It's not great with Marauder here, but, I mean, let's start with this. They're going to sack the Visionary. We can Dog Umbra the Riddle Keeper, and maybe that's enough? 5, 8. Yeah, that should be it. And there we go. Alright, we did get past the Riddle Keeper there with a nice little top deck. We'll take it. Alright, we start on the play here. It's not a very fast hand, but I think it can do. They did mulligan, so we're gonna sack. We have like all 3 of our landscapes here, so just gonna go ahead and get white. Still nothing to do unless they play something I need to Dog Umbra, so I don't think that's something I need to Dog Umbra right now. I could be wrong on that, but we'll see. Oh, Theomancer. Well, let's get a Dreadmobile down so next turn we could crew it and attack, and even sack the snake. Starts doing the whole thing where we sack the snakes over and over. Ooh, now it's great Dog Armor target, because this won't die, and then this won't come back onto the battlefield. So that is pretty nice. Sorin is also good, but I think I'm going to Ophiomancer And then next turn we can Sorin and Dog Umbra here. I'm actually just going to do this. I know I could use the 1 mana to sack the snake, but I think I'd rather just... Wait. Alright, almost clicked through it. Alright, get the snake. They do have an instant here. They got response to that, so... Okay, continue to get bigger. Hope they can't get rid of the Dog Umbra once we eventually do lock that thing down. The next turn we Sorin, Dog Umbra, Extort, I believe, is how we're going to do this. Let's see if they cash in some energy for some life here. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, it's a 5/5. Like, that's a problem. Okay. So we will Sorin. I guess they could have counter spells, like Ether, whatever, so let's just, like, wait. Let's do this, see what they try to do here. Try to get through the counters. And if they play something on my end step, I can Dog Umbra. I'm still going to do it prior to their combat, though, so... Emissary of Soulfire, sure. So we did dodge their counter, if they had one. Sorry for the glitchiness here. I don't know why this happens. I've been pre-recording a lot of these drafts, so maybe all of the data in my system is just kind of like, this is too much. Not exactly sure. Let's crew and then sack the snake here. I think I'll extort, why not? Gargoyle Insight. I guess I'm just playing Gargoyle here then, and not extorting and flipping Sorin. Ah, darn. Well, not great, but we can flip Indestructible till end of turn. Gosh, that's going to be really annoying with Sorin here. We had to get rid of Ophiomancer now. We can extort and flip Sorin here. So that's not so bad. Still got a good hand. And then, do we make a food? Or do we deal 3 damage to their face? I think I'm going to make the food. I still protect him a little bit. And now next turn we've got Crabomination, which can hopefully maybe just get a counter. I don't know. At least from their graveyard instead of the land. They could give Exalted counters. I don't think they can kill Sorin. I'd be shocked. Gain control of target creature, becomes a vampire in addition to its other types. Put a lifelink counter on it. If you control a white permanent other than Sorin. Maybe they have a combat trick, like wing it to get rid of Sorin here? Yeah, it looks like they've got it. Okay, there is wing it. That is exactly it. They do, in fact, get rid of Sorin. Good for you. Used a lot of resources to do so, but... Alright, let's just hard cast it here. Get their last card in hand, which was Eerie Auxiliary. See if I can full control this correctly. So that's on the stack. We crew this. That resolves. This resolves. We get counters here and here. There we go. Alright. Did do it correctly. Go to combat, go to attackers, attack. I think we can still outrace this here. We also have 3 life with the food. Okay, in they come. No blocks. Hopefully I didn't draw the energy board wipe. Mandibular Kite. Alright, sure. Alright, that should be good. Let's tap this. And the Condor. We can do all of these things here now. Gargoyle, kill this thing, play the familiar, shrink down this thing. There we go. Doing it all. Alright, starting on the draw, but like the hand, we got Ophiomancer, which is usually good enough. So we'll keep this and hope that they don't have discharge to kill our Ophiomancer before we at least get a snake out of it. That has haste. And hopefully we don't die before we can kind of get set up here as well. Hex Gold, miss a land drop? No, still got a land. No, they still have priority here, which tells me it's probably Galvanic Discharge. Well, if that's the case, I can't really play Ophiomancer, so I guess we just play this. And if they kill this with Discharge, I'd be relatively okay with it. And I think they're debating doing just that here. They did have the Discharge, good for them. Now they attack with this, it's got First Strike, I have to take 4, 5 with the Battle Cry. This is going to be a 3-2. Things are getting close to out of hand. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're curving out so well. It's going to be tough. I mean, I kind of just have to preserve my life and try to survive here. Let's do this. Get a snake. Still have to take at least 6, maybe 8. That is an insane curve there. So 2-drop haste into 2-drop kill my creature into 4-drop buff both their creatures, hit me for like another 6. Ophiomancer is still dead. Wonderful. Can't even block because it's got First Strike. Well, sometimes you just lose. And this is going to be one of those times, unfortunately. Our deck is sweet, but we didn't really get to play this game, unfortunately. 2 lands, get the charge bug down. That gives them energy to give this First Strike again. Also lets Pyro Surfer have Battle Cry. Everything is working. Everything is working. Is there anything I can even do here? I mean, I could kill the Slith, I guess. I have to take 4, go to 3, or go to 4. But I don't really have anything else going on here. This has Menace. They can give both of these Menace. That's another land. Yeah, that'll do it, because this is Menace. That gives that Menace and +1/+1. Alright, we never stood a chance there. Alright, starting on the draw, we'll keep. Got our lands, got removal. They got a 1-drop. More aggro. I think aggro is how we stumble, clearly, as according to the last game. Okay, that's not super aggressive. We can grind. Hopefully past that. Next turn, probably Dreadmobile, I would think. Followed by, if we draw a swamp in the next 2 turns, Gargoyle and Familiar on the same turn. Alright, that's probably going to hit a Dog Umbra here. Shield counter on that. Yeah, the issue with this now is if we put the Dog Umbra on this, they could actually blink it and remove the Dog Umbra. Huh. And that'll work for anything, so we kind of have to Dog Umbra this now. I mean, they still get all of the triggers off of it, but, like, this protects Dog Umbra. There's the swamp, so now we can do Dreadmobile, and next turn we can do Gargoyle and Familiar. Right? No. Nope, can't even do that. Ugh. That's a 3/3. And the turn takes 7, go to 7. Does not feel so great. These aggro starts are brutal. We were humming along so well at 5-1, and looks like we're going to end up 5-3 probably. Unless something crazy happens here and they just don't have any more plays. I guess I could have blocked and sacked and returned it and then kind of done that thing, but... Oh, don't have 3 black to do this. That would be good to kill that. Can I survive? I can survive. Is it worth risking that, though? To play the Condor. If they kill the Condor, I can still equip or do the Dreadmobile. Like crew it and then block with that. It's not great, but Alright, so let's go to 4 here. Block, sacrifice it. Kill their germ, I guess. Go to 4, assuming they don't have a trick. Or do they? Exile as well. Perfect. Just as I tapped out. Gotta love it. We can actually play Familiar twice here. Which is something, I guess? I just don't know if we can kind of survive. I mean, I can crew the Dreadmobile and block with it. The Condor is going to be an issue. If only this had a permanent you own, then I could return the Condor. That's a nice top deck. A Cursed Marauder, really not great here with the Dog Umbra. I mean, we can also, like, do the Essence Reliquary kind of cute thing. Bring Gargoyle. We only have 6 mana this. We bring that. We play it for 3. We play Marauder. We can't Insight as well because we don't have the mana for that. We can replay Familiar for 1. Could return Dog Umbra, actually. So if I return the Dog Umbra, then I'm Marauder, they decide what to kill, and then I can Dog Umbra something else? No, because then this thing could still blink it, so that doesn't do great. Ugh. Yeah, again, Marauder just not great here. I'm still not dead. So something I could potentially do is like Marauder, and then they move to sack that. Although I could Dog Umbra in response. I can't do that in response because they just decide. So that won't work. This gives me another creature at least. I know they're just going to do the Conjurer, but I can... It gives me a third creature on the board to protect from my life total here, so if I get rid of that... Oh! They also manifest, I had forgotten. I think we are just fighting an uphill battle here, unfortunately. They just got off to too hot of a start. I can trade with that. I'm chumping plenty of other things, though. I'm chumping there. I can crew. So what do I crew with? So I crew that, I trade here, I trade there. No, I eat that and I chump that and I go to 1. Trade, chump, and eat, I guess. Go to 1. What is that? A flyer. Reliquary draws us a card. This costs 2 mana. I wanted to save my swamp because I might want to insight. Wither and Bloom, okay, that's something. Is it enough? No. I'm constrained by black mana here. Yep, constrained by black mana. Gosh, the aggressive decks got us. We were at 5-1. I thought we had it there. The deck was humming along, and then 2 aggressive decks put us to 4 and killed us before we could do a darn thing in the case of the last loss. But I'm excited for a nice little break until the next set here. Finished out the format 5-3 with a sweet deck regardless. It's just, you know, when you're playing sweet decks like this and your opponent's just like 1-1, flyer, 2-2, 3-3, here's a 4-4. It's just like, okay, I'll just die, I guess. But I hope you enjoyed the format. I know I did. I had a pretty good time, and I had a pretty good record with the format too, so thanks for tuning in this time. Monday is the Bloomborough pre-release guide, so tune in for that. Thanks for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time for your daily draft.